All right, good evening. I would like to call to order the regularly scheduled meeting of the Planning Commission for the town of Haymarket for Monday, November 18th, 2019. Roll call vote, please.
Shannon?
Here.
Corral?
Here.
Connell?
Here.
Larry?
Here.
Carter Bush? Here.
All right, if we could all please stand, pledge allegiance to the flag, and remain standing for a moment of silence, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. A moment of silence, please. All right, thank you. You may be seated. All right, first order of business is approval of the minutes. We'll take the ones from August 19th first.
Just a reminder for all the commissioners, even if you weren't present at the meeting, you can still
Still
vote
vote.
on the minutes.
So we ready for a motion, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, sir.
I would make the motion that we approve the Planning Commission, of public hearing, the regular meeting for August 19th, 2019.
All right, do I have a second?
A second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, moving on. Planning Commission regular meeting, September 16th, 2019.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes for the Planning Commission regular meeting from September 16th, 2019.
All right, thank you, sir. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. Moving on, citizens' time. If you would like to address the Planning Commission, please come forward, state your name and address, and we would love to hear your comments.
Maria Turner, Fayette South of Washington Street. I have two comments. One, I don't know if it's possible for VDOT to set the light at Washington and Old Carolina to be just flashing red and yellow the other direction during overnight hours. I know that I get up quite early, and there is a lot of cut through that is just avoiding that light because it makes them stop and wait for the light. The second comment I have is, and I hope this is not too late, I saw the plans for the hotel online. I am requesting that consideration be given to having the egress ingress be on Payne Lane rather than Fayette Street. We already have many cars backing up because of the school, and the handful of homes that are on that street are having trouble getting out of their street because of people that don't live there. This would also give the opportunity for people that are registered at the hotel to decide if they want to go to Old Carolina or Fayette. The way that it is set up now, they would have to go on to Fayette, whether they want to go over to Old Carolina or not. Of course, the traffic will also increase. I saw that down in Virginia Crossing, which hasn't even opened yet, I already see that there are at least 2 homes built there already, and those people will no doubt be cutting through as well. I think it would be appropriate for the town to request that. Their plans aren't set in stone yet, and I can't understand why they're making the exit on Fayette. It's just outrageous. People are going to leave that facility, and there's going to be cars backed up. They can't even get out. Whereas if they have pain, they have all that space to stack. Thank you.
Thanks, ma'am.
Mr. Chairman, can I address the first, just for the citizen? The traffic lights and everything doesn't, as you know, I'm in charge of VDOT for Prince William, soon to be Fairfax instead of Prince William as of November 25th. But that's falls underneath the traffic engineering section. I can't say they would or they wouldn't, but I can tell you, in fact, my wife can give you the number, the 804 VDOT, that you could call and make that request, and you will get a response to you specifically. And my wife can make sure you have that number if you'd like. And
I already did one online
Okay.
for a yellow blinking going from, on Wellington, making a left to Home Depot, or Lowe's, which I
Yeah.
can't believe that's not there yet.
yeah, well, I will tell you, that's our traffic engineering. They look at signalization and stuff. They would make that call. But if you call this number, you get a work order number. You can stay on top of that. If you don't get a response back, you can call again and say, hey, I need a response.
Yeah,
And
there's-
someone would get back
You get a
with
work order number online as
Okay,
well.
yeah,
Yep.
okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, someone else.
Chairman, real quick, I would just, you can go ahead. I do want to just go ahead and clarify that, yes, the hotel has submitted a first round of plans, and you guys will receive them in December. So just for the citizens out there who are watching and following along, they are going to come to the planning commission in December.
So they'll have, citizens will have an opportunity to comment.
Absolutely, and if there's any citizen that's interested in viewing what's already been submitted, I am happy to supply that at any time.
Okay,
I just ask that they call and give me a heads up so I can have them out and ready.
thank you.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Good evening, members of the council. My name is Nick Spiros. I'm the co-owner of Transform Power Yoga. We are currently located over in the Winterham Mansion Complex at 15111 Washington Street. We are looking at purchasing a property in Haymarket. It's the property, the address is 14841 Washington. It's on the corner of Washington and St. Paul's. And we would just like to expand our yoga studio to kind of get more space and things of that nature. I want to thank Emily for her assistance and guidance. She's been very helpful. But what I'd like to do is give you guys some notice in terms of what we're looking to do and maybe receive some feedback and then make a formal filing probably for the December meeting. The house is a residential house. It is 2 lots that are being sold together. There's a smaller residence that's a square. Apparently that's on the other lot. It is zoned transitional commercial, and I believe in speaking with Emily that we do fit within that use, but Emily can confirm that. And basically the building was built, I believe prior to 1900. The listing says 1901, but that's the earliest that the listing will go. And in speaking with Sean Porter over at, as our architect, the building basically needs to be raised and rebuilt. Now, I'm not sure if it's a historic building or not, but we are willing to kind of work with the town in terms of trying to do that and just kind of expand our studio. We offer heated yoga as well as unheated yoga. We want to offer prenatal yoga. We have a kids program and stuff like that. So that's basically what we're looking to do in a nutshell. Also thinking of adding a juice bar on that location, and we believe that that will fit very well with what the town is doing. We've been in business for 6 years, and we're just basically looking to expand. So if you have any questions in terms of what I would need to do in terms of giving you more information to be prepared to speak to you in more detail about this your December meeting, I'm happy to entertain those questions and give you some more feedback. But I'm also looking for some feedback back from you guys in terms of what you're looking for, and would this be a use that you feel would fit within that process before we go too far into this process of acquiring the property and moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All right, someone else.
I'll just add that we have a couple students joining us tonight. They are working on a government class assignment, so you'll have a couple extra faces in the audience that they are just working on that.
All right, any of you want to come up and give us your name and address and what school you go to?
We'll do that for the record and
I know we're putting you on the spot, but
on
in
purpose.
government, you're on the spot, so it's
You
good
get an
practice.
A+ for this,
Yeah.
right? It's on record.
Hi, my name is Caitlin Hearn. I'm a senior at Battlefield High School. I live on 14277 Chalfont Drive in the Piedmont community.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am, we're glad you're here.
You know, I've been asked, I think various council members, but I was asked and I accepted to speak. There's a couple different programs going on with Battlefield, and one of them is with actually Boy Scouts. I've been asked to come speak to them on, I think it's December 9th, and everything. And I get excited about that. So we welcome, especially our students, you know, that have questions about the town government or anything. We truly enjoy sharing that. So you can always, if you're not here at one of our meetings, you can always get with the staff here, and if you got questions, and they'll give us your name and number, and we'll get back with you.
You can always pull them up online in class on your smart board and critique and send us feedback too. Real time.
Yeah.
All right, well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Okay, any other citizen would like to speak? All right, seeing none, we will close citizens' time. With the commission's approval, before we move on to the agenda items, I just want to ask about the previous speaker, Mr. Spiros. That property there on the corner is transitional commercial, and would that proposed use fit under the by right where he would not need an SUP?
That is correct. And for those of you listening who aren't familiar with the property we're talking about, some of you know it as A.C. Watts' home. It is the white home there, two-story home that sits on the corner of St. Paul and Washington Street. It is a transitional commercial property. It was rezoned in the beginning of 2018 through the public hearing process for transitional commercial. So I have spoken with Nick, and we've talked about a couple different ideas. So it is one that we've run through the zoning ordinance, and yes, it does meet the uses, the by right uses.
All right, so no
Is that, I'm sorry.
so no SUP. And then I guess the other question, I know I'm putting you on the spot, is it designated a historical building?
It is designated historical. It does meet our criteria for the historic structures.
But is it on the list?
It is on the list as well.
Okay, thank you.
So that would also be vetted through the,
Absolutely, yes.
ARB.
Any structure that is 50 years or older is considered historic. And then we also have our list of historic structures that's in the comprehensive plan as well. And so all of those we do vet through the ARB. And really any demolition application is vetted through the ARB.
all right.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
All right, moving on, new planning commissioner introduction.
Well, as you guys see tonight, we have a new planning commissioner with us. This is Ms. Pearl Carter-Bush, and we'll have her nameplate very soon, but just wanted to welcome her officially to the commission. The town council appointed her at their last meeting, beginning in November, so we're very happy to have you, and thank you very much for volunteering to do this and join us. It's a very important role, and I know the commission is very happy to have another person up there to help them out. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely welcome.
And this is an easy one to get into, so they're all easy, they're not
Mr.
bad.
Chairman, can I put her on the spot? Just ask her, tell us a little bit about yourself. We've got a lot of people listening as well via media. And is there anything you'd like to share with us about yourself?
Well, I'm originally from Warrenton, Virginia. Currently, I live right down the street in Green Hill Crossing. I was one of the first people to buy a home there, my sister and I. I used to work for IBM. I moved to Vermont. I was there for 4 years. Then I moved back. That's when I bought the house in 1997. And then I worked for Dominion, then Micron. I got laid off from Micron, so I started working for the Prince William County General District Court, where I was a clerk there, well, a deputy clerk. And then I transitioned to the juvenile court, where I was a juvenile court supervisor. And then about 10 months or so ago, I retired. So I'm just kind of hanging around, doing nothing.
Well, thank you for volunteering here. We've talked about this before. When I first met you, I talked to you from my perspective of being on the council and the liaison here, how important our ARB is, our planning commission, and our council. So thank you for stepping up and volunteering and all. So, welcome.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you. All right, moving on. The 2020 town meeting calendar, ma'am.
So we have been working on our town calendar to go out for 2020, and we have two meeting conflicts we'd like to go ahead and address, and that is January and February. So our meetings fall the third Monday of every month, and as you guys know, January is a holiday as well as February. So as long as we avoid the first Monday and the third Wednesday, we can take. I will let you guys discuss what works well for you, and
So typically, we would meet, just so everybody knows,
January 20th.
right, which is
Martin Luther
Dr.
King Day.
King Day.
Right, so one of my recommendations would be either the Monday prior or the Tuesday after, or,
What is the Tuesday after the 21st?
21st, that
Is
works
that-
for me.
Does that work?
Yep.
Nick?
It does.
Pearl?
All right, that was easy. Let's go
it's easy.
Tuesday, the 21st.
Tuesday, January 21st at 7 p.m. And then February the 17th is also a holiday, so again, I would recommend either Monday the 10th or Tuesday the 18th.
I'm fine for the 18th if y'all are.
I am. I like the continuity of going the
Yeah,
day
I
after.
just, yeah, the week before is
that works.
just tough for me, but I mean, I could make it if I had to, but
18th is good.
does that work for you, Nick,
Yep.
Pearl?
All right, so Tuesday, the 18th.
And one other thing, so we are coming into the winter months, and if we have snow, ice, or for any reason it's canceled, I will send everyone an email. But our policy here at the office is we follow Pennsylvania County government, not schools, government. So if they are closed for all employees, then we will be closed. But again, I'll send everybody an email if post it on the website, and then we will work together to reschedule one, especially for those applications that need to be.
All right, that was easy. All right, moving on. Town council directive to update the comprehensive plan.
So I will let our business manager, Chris, start this one off for us tonight.
So really, this is just us getting ready to update the comprehensive plan. One of the suggestions that Emily and I had after reviewing it is that there's certain portions that are in reference to the location of Haymarket, which hasn't changed, as well as the history of Haymarket, where we just have about 10 years that we need to update. So I think what we should do is take a couple bite-sized pieces and kind of update what we can update, and then provide that to Planning Commission. And then with those bite-sized pieces, we just keep moving forward and just slowly chipping away at this. And then what we'll do is, when we have something to come and present you all, we'll have a red line item, basically things that we've added or things that we've taken out. And then you guys can review it prior to the meeting. We can have open discussion about it if we want to change anything or leave it. And then we'll have some discussion about what's coming up next. So for example, with Emily and I, we like to edit the history. So one of the things that we would like feedback on is, in the past 10 years, some important historical things that have happened in town. And one of the things that comes right to mind is the fact of town purchasing the properties, the town hall and the surrounding buildings, as well as the park building. That's something that I think should be added into the comprehensive plan, since this is maintained and controlled by the town at the point. So anything like that that you guys can think of, not to put you on the spot, like we don't need it today, but I think that's kind of how we could move forward, is this is what we're going to be working on, so we can just continue to think about it and slowly move forward.
All right, would it be possible to give us a general overview for 2020 of what topics you think you're going to want to cover each month, so that way we can kind of be forward-thinking to save time.
So one thing I would like to suggest is that we go ahead and pick a work session night for December. And at that meeting, we will come up with our outline of what we want to work on together as a team
Okay.
for 2020. I want to set a timeline for us. I want to set some goals of what we're going to produce. So not just, let's work on it, but let's actually produce a chapter or a section so that we can keep ourselves going and motivated. So I was looking at the second week of December as an option prior to our meeting on the 16th. Or we can do a work session prior to our meeting on the 16th. But if that is the case, I would like to recommend a 5:30 meeting. This is going to be one of our shorter ones, so I think it would be okay to have it beforehand. But we would all need to come ready to work that night if we do it the same night.
Well, let's just go around the dice with
It's,
that
I
work.
can make it work, yeah, either way. I have no problems with coming early on the 16th myself, but I don't know.
I should be okay, but yeah, I can make it work. Yeah, I can make it work.
Yeah, anything earlier than 6 is tough because Pentagon bus
But
is hit or miss on 66 is,
Okay.
yeah.
6 o'clock would,
I could make 6, yeah.
okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're retired, Pearl, no excuses, unless you're traveling or on a cruise or something.
So if we started at 6, could we get a lot done that night, you
Yes,
think?
so what I will do is I'll work with Chris and we'll come up with, our tentative timeline, our goals for first, second, third, and fourth quarter 2020, the documents we want to produce within that calendar year, and then also a work session schedule. We would like to meet one other night a month to work on this so that we're not limited by our 1 hour.
All right, so on the Monday, December 16th, we'll do a work session at 6, correct?
Correct. It'll be only comprehensive plan.
All right. So that works for everybody, correct? All right, moving on, new business.
As I mentioned right during citizens' time, we have received the Haymarket Hotel Venture final site plan. So Katie and I, our town engineer, we reviewed 2 iterations of the preliminary site plan, provided feedback, as well as VDOT reviewed it and provided their feedback. So we're working through our final site plan right now with them. We have started addressing some of the comments that they had for us that they needed help on, vice versa. So once they send in their second submission, we will put that up to the planning commission. So that will be an agenda item for December 16th.
Okay.
If you have any questions in the meantime about it, let me know. But that is, right now, that's the only new business item.
All right, thank you. And old business.
None at the moment, other than, Marias is working on their building. They're actively doing construction. We have Van Meter will go up to town council next month, and that's about it for now.
I think that was it.
That's about it.
That's pretty much it.
Would you mind just filling in with Carter Bush about Van Meter, just so she knows, because we're throwing out names that,
Yes. So, Van Meter, that is a project that we've been working on. They've officially come to the town since April. And so it's for the property that is on, it's Hunting Path as well as Washington Street. It's kind of wedged in there between Haymarket Baptist, the veterinary clinic, and then there's a couple houses, large green space. And so what they want to do is in the back of the 7 acres, they want to put 38 townhomes by special use permit. So that's not a by right use, you have to ask for the special use exception. So they went through that process with the planning commission. The planning commission gave them feedback. Originally, they wanted to have an entry exit on Hunting Path Road. and that would cause a bit of traffic concern with Longstreet Commons, especially cut-throughs through that neighborhood. So we had public hearings on that. We had citizens come out and share their concerns as well. And then the applicant, Van Meter, went back, they adjusted their application so that the entry-exit is now on Washington Street. We talked through some other items with them, some concerns of not having amenities, and the quantity of the townhomes, is that the best use for the property, et cetera. And so at the last meeting, it was, last meeting?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, last meeting, it was recommended that it be sent to the town council with a recommendation of approval. So now the town council will hold public hearings as well. And we'll also supply you with all those plans. But for anyone listening who wants to look at the plans, they are all online on our website under the public agendas.
All right, sir, ARB update.
No update on the ARB yet. We have our next meeting's on Wednesday, so I'll have an update next time around.
Okay. Sir, town council update.
We had two real big events. First was swearing in again Pearl to Planning Commission. And second was swearing in former and now present Councilman Chris Morris. We swore him back in, so he is back on the council now. See, I'm just looking at our previous, because it was really a quick meeting, you know. We gave the direction to send the plan back to us, which was just discussed, for us to take that on. And basically, that was pretty much it. Emily, am I missing anything?
No, that was about it. We
It was a-
recapped Haymarket Day.
Oh, yes,
gave
we
out
did.
some
We did, with the appointment of the town clerk. We formally did that appointment. The director for the planning commission. The approval of the business manager, Chris, as the second signer for checks. We talked a little bit about the town calendar, which was passed on to us tonight. That was pretty much, it was a quick meeting.
All right. Anything else anybody has before we adjourn?
I just want to make one comment, Mr. Chairman. Hopefully, our sincere thoughts and prayers have been with you with the loss of your father
Appreciate that.
last week. Going through that recently with my granddaughter, and how caring you were, and I know I'm speaking on behalf of the rest of the planning commission, that we, our condolences, and keep you in our prayers, you and the family.
All right.
Thank you for the story tonight. I think that's wonderful, the story you shared with me. And so just know that it's not just us, it's the entire town council, as well as the staff here, that have been thinking and praying for you.
I appreciate that. All right, do we have a motion to adjourn?
I will make the motion to adjourn the planning commission meeting.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, good night. Thank you for attending. I think that's the shortest.
Pearl, they're not all this quick.
Don't expect that.
I can promise you.